What's up, traveler? Being ridiculed, scorned, and treated like trash from birth. Choosing to fight and make your own path in life, whilst unintentionally hurting your relationship with the one you care for the most, and ultimately now having to fight as one. Because you always were one. The story of Maki and Mai is one of my favorites of all time. It's one I love to revisit even though it hurts me every time I do. Maki already was a character I loved off the bat. Her tough personality, her design, and of course her motivations really drew me in. She instantly became one of my favorites in the story, and of course added to my list of waifu. But it was in the mini arc, Perfect Preparation, that did something I don't think I ever could have seen coming. Yo, traveler, you mind if I tell you how Maki became my favorite character in Jujutsu Kaisen? I fucking love this arc so much, dude. It's still one of my favorites in JJK. It came out of nowhere and shocked the shit out of me right after we just got done with all the madness in Shibuya. Speaking of Shibuya, there's some corrupt stuff going on in the Jujutsu world that the Zenin clan is trying to take advantage of. The gang are trying to unseal Gojo after the incident, but since the Jujutsu world has deemed that a criminal offense, the Zenin are planning on taking out Maki, Mai, and Megumi for their own gain, which now sets in motion the Battle of the Zenin Clan, or I guess later known as the Zenin Massacre. Looking back on the first fight of this arc, I actually had so much fun with it revisiting it. Learning about the power system and how the characters in the story can use it to their advantage is always really interesting and fun for me. Maki's father planning on ending the duel with one strike, and Maki using the curse tool she's wielding to put the piece of shit father down for good. I don't know about you, traveler, but whenever I read manga, I always have like various voices and sound effects in my head. It's one of the reasons why I can't really read manga with music. It overstimulates the fuck out of my brain and I can't really focus. Let me know how you go about reading manga, traveler. I really like this bout, but unfortunately, Ogi was the one to prevail. I was genuinely shocked when I saw this panel for the first time. Him slashing her eye and stomach was so fucking hard to watch for me, dude. Ogi is definitely up there on my list for worst fathers in fiction, throwing them in the same pit that Toji was thrown in where he got his scar. Well, to me, I guess that's pretty fitting. The revelation that Maki and Mai were one and the same stunned me. Two people with completely different values, one striving to become strong and the other content with just living in hell if it meant they could be together. And now here they are, back together again. The two failures of the Zenin clan in the same pit that the previous failure of the clan was in. One wants to be strong, the other doesn't. Something has to give. And in this moment, it was Mai. I didn't really think about this the first time I went through it, but it definitely does make me wonder what Mai's curse technique would have been like if she was the one to live. Then again, I think a certain sexy sorcerer from the past gave me an idea of what that would have been like. This part fucking hurts me every time, dude. Mai explaining that now Maki has finally become stronger. But Maki doesn't give a shit, she doesn't care about that. She just wants to be with Mai. The entire reason why Maki wanted to become the clan leader is to create a place where Mai could belong. A place where they could be happy. But no. No. Of course not. Instead, a curse. A curse. Destroy everything. Everything, Big Sis. Go figure, it's so funny to me that these two sisters are about to do the thing that one man could have done, but decided not to. Just because he didn't feel like it. One of my favorite fights in the entire story, holy fucking shit. Maki versus the Zenins, the Zenin Massacre, whatever you want to call it. I loved it, I fucking loved it. I remember when I first read this, I was screaming, like I couldn't help it, bro. I just didn't expect something like this to happen. I haven't watched Kill Bill yet, but I'm assuming that this is a reference to that. This part blew me away choreographically. Limbs getting sliced, necks getting cracked. Maki is going insane here, dude. I really have no words other than holy fucking shit. Not even the strongest sorcerers in the damn clan could take Maki down now. Them realizing that this is Toji's whim, his fucking whim, become reality. They labeled him a failure, yet they were terrified of him. Which is probably another reason why they hated Maki so much. In my eyes, they were terrified of what she could become. Shit, rightly so in my opinion. The dialogue right here between Naoya and Maki is one of my favorites in the arc. Don't you have a heart? No. He took it away. Her father took away her heart. Mai was Maki's heart. The reason she fought, the reason she wanted to become strong. Now, that heart is gone. What's left is, in my eyes, pain, a promise, and a curse. The haves and the have-nots. Naoya is the former, being given everything at a very young age, being labeled a genius, everything Maki, Mai, and Toji were not. And yet, even though Toji was labeled that, Naoya could see how strong Toji was just by looking at him. To me, Naoya feels as though it's his right to stand at the top, with them, the strongest. Maki has essentially become what Toji was, and Naoya refuses to accept that. He refuses to accept that, in his eyes, a failure, the opposite of him, could be on the same level as Toji. Naoya and Naobito have one of my favorite curse techniques. I find projection sorcery really damn cool. And we get to see Naoya using it in a way we didn't even get to see Naobito using it. Blowing Maki away, slamming her into boulders. Dude, I found this shit exhilarating. This is definitely my favorite fight in the mini-arc. I have so much fun with it every time I read it, yo. The conclusion of this fight and conclusion of this arc gives me such a bittersweet feeling. Maki punched the shit out of Naoya, I freaking love that, but also, to of course fulfill the promise and curse, she had to destroy everything. Everything. In my eyes, Maki did not want to slit her own mother's fucking throat. And this especially hurt me because of what she did after. Naoya was still alive and Maki's mom delivered the final blow to him. Then saying something that really hit me hard after rereading this arc. That in the end, she was glad she gave birth to them. To me, their mother despised the clan just as much as Mai, Maki, and hell even Toji did. I really loved how that was built up. Her asking Maki to make her glad she gave birth to them. And in the end, after destroying the clan they all hated, was glad she gave birth to them. You can interpret that their mom was also a part of giving Maki that curse, and not just on the receiving end of it. Maki then goes on to complete the curse, completely wiping out the Zenin, save her and Megumi out of the Jujutsu world. And man, this arc absolutely blew me away. I loved it so much, dude. Maki now has the strength she wanted, but at the cost of one of the main reasons she wanted it in the first place. Her mind and soul is in a dark place. And later after this, Maki goes on to have one of my favorite character arcs of all time. But hey, there's no rush, we got plenty of time. I plan on talking about a lot of more shit, so we can talk about that another time.